That little light just lit up on your dashboard. I know that feeling. Your stomach drops. Your mind immediately starts calculating repair costs, hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars. You're already imagining the tow truck and the waiting room at the mechanic's shop. But what if I told you that most check engine lights don't mean what you think they mean? What if you could potentially fix the problem yourself, right now, for free? I'm going to show you 7 simple methods to turn that light off. We'll start with methods so easy you can do them in 30 seconds, then work our way up to slightly more advanced techniques. You don't need to be a mechanic. You just need to follow along, understanding what your car is telling you. First, we need to learn the language of your dashboard. That check engine light isn't just a random alarm, it's actually a very specific message from your car's computer. If the light is solid, just glowing steadily in orange or yellow, and your car seems to be driving normally, you usually don't need to panic. This is your car's way of saying, I've noticed something isn't quite right. You should look into this when you have a chance. It's like a gentle reminder rather than an emergency. Now, if that light is flashing, blinking on and off repeatedly, that's a completely different story. A flashing check engine light means pull over and stop driving as soon as it's safe to do so. This indicates a serious problem that could damage expensive components like your catalytic converter. Think of it as your car screaming for help rather than just asking for attention. Most of the time, thankfully, the light stays solid. And for solid lights, these 7 methods will often do the trick. Method 1. The gas cap fix. This might sound too simple to be true, but the gas cap is actually one of the most common reasons for a check engine light. Here's why it matters. Your car's fuel system is designed to be completely sealed. This helps control emissions and maintain proper pressure in the fuel tank. If your gas cap is loose, damaged, or its rubber seal has worn out, fuel vapors can escape. Your car's sensitive computer detects this tiny leak and thinks there's a problem with the entire emissions system. The fix is incredibly simple. Just walk over to your gas tank and unscrew the cap completely. Take a quick look at the rubber seal around the bottom. Make sure it's not cracked or missing. Then screw the cap back on. But here's the important part. Turn it until you hear it click 3 times. Not just 1 click, but 3 distinct clicks. This ensures it's fully sealed and locked in place. Now drive normally for a day or 2. If the gas cap was the problem, the light will usually turn off by itself after the computer runs a few system checks. You've potentially fixed your car without spending a dime. Method 2. The ignition reset trick. Sometimes the check engine light comes on because of a temporary glitch in your car's computer. It's like when your phone acts up and just needs a quick reboot. This next method does exactly that for your car. Here's exactly what to do. Get in your car and put the key in the ignition. Turn the key to the on position. This is where all your dashboard lights illuminate, but you don't start the engine. You should see the check engine light along with all the other warning lights. Now turn the key back to the off position. Watch as all the lights disappear. Repeat this exact process 3 times in a row. Do it fairly quickly but deliberately. On the 4th turn, go ahead and start the engine normally. Now take your car for at least a 10-minute drive. This gives the computer time to run through its basic checks. If the problem was just a temporary electronic glitch, this reset sequence can often clear the light. It works because you're forcing the computer to refresh its short-term memory without erasing any important learned settings. Method 3. The waiting game. This might be the easiest method of all, and it works more often than you might think. Modern cars are incredibly smart, and their computers are constantly monitoring every system. Sometimes a check engine light will appear because of a very temporary condition. Maybe you got some bad gasoline, or the weather changed dramatically, or there was a momentary sensor reading that seemed wrong. In these cases, the computer will continue to monitor the situation. If everything returns to normal and stays normal, the computer may decide to turn the light off by itself. If your check engine light is on but the car seems to be running perfectly fine, try just driving normally for 3 or 4 days. Take your usual routes to work, to the store, wherever you normally go. The computer needs to see a pattern of normal operation before it will clear the light. If after several days of normal driving the light remains on, then you know the problem isn't just going away on its own. But if it turns off, you've saved yourself time and effort without ever touching a tool. Method 4. The fuse box reset. This method works particularly well on older cars, typically those made before 2010. It's a bit more involved than the previous methods, but still very simple and safe. First, you need to find your car's fuse box. Most cars have two fuse boxes, one under the hood near the battery, and another inside the car, usually on the driver's side near the dashboard. Check your owner's manual to be sure, and to find which fuse controls the engine computer. The fuse you're looking for is usually labeled ECU, Engine Control Unit, ECM, Engine Control Module, or PCM, Powertrain Control Module. The diagram on the inside of the fuse box lid will show you exactly which one it is. Once you've identified the correct fuse, carefully pull it straight out. You might need a pair of plastic fuse pullers, which are often included in the fuse box, or just use your fingers. Leave the fuse out for about 1 minute. This brief power interruption can reset the computer. After a minute, push the fuse firmly back into its original position. Start your car and see if the light is still on. This method is like giving the computer a quick nap. When it wakes up, it sometimes forgets about the minor problem that was bothering it. Method 5. The battery reset. This is the method everyone's heard of, and it can be very effective. But there are some important things to know before you try it. When you disconnect your car battery, you're not just resetting the engine computer, you're also resetting everything else. You'll lose your radio stations, your clock settings, and possibly other memory features like power window settings or saved seat positions. If you're okay with that, here's the safe way to do it. Open your hood and locate the battery. Identify the negative terminal. It will have a minus sign and usually a black cable. Using a wrench, typically 10 mm size, loosen the nut on the negative terminal until you can twist the cable connector off the battery post. Move the cable away from the battery and make sure it can't accidentally swing back and touch the terminal. Now, here's a pro tip that makes this method more effective. Get back in your car and press and hold the horn for about 30 seconds. You'll hear it get weaker and eventually stop. This drains any remaining power from the car's electrical system, ensuring a complete reset. Wait about 15 minutes to be thorough, then reconnect the negative cable and tighten it securely. Start your car, you'll need to reset your clock and radio, but there's a good chance that check engine light will be gone. Method 6. Using an OBD2 scanner. This is where we move from simple resets to actually understanding what's wrong. An OBD2 scanner is a small electronic device that reads the secret codes your car's computer uses to communicate. The good news is these scanners are now inexpensive and easy to use. First, you need to find your car's OBD2 port. In most vehicles, it's located under the dashboard on the driver's side. It's a trapezoid-shaped connector that's usually within easy reach. Plug your scanner directly into this port. Now, turn your ignition key to the on position without starting the engine. Your scanner will power up. Navigate through its menu. Usually there's a button that says Read Codes or Scan. Press it, and the scanner will display one or more codes that look like P0300 or P0420. These codes are the key to understanding what's wrong. Write them down. Even if you're going to clear the light, having these codes gives you valuable information. Once you have the codes, you can select Clear Codes or Erase Codes from the scanner's menu. After the scanner confirms the codes are cleared, unplug it, start your car, and check if the light is gone. But remember this crucial point: clearing the code doesn't fix the problem. If the underlying issue still exists, the light will come back. But now you have the specific code, which means you can research exactly what that code means and address the real problem. Method 7. Completing the drive cycle. Sometimes, even after you've fixed the actual problem, the check engine light stays on. This is because modern cars need to complete what's called a drive cycle, a specific series of driving conditions that prove to the computer that everything is working properly. Completing a drive cycle isn't complicated, but it does need to be done carefully. Start with a cold engine, ideally one that hasn't been run for several hours. Begin by starting the car and letting it idle for about 5 minutes with all accessories turned off. This allows the engine to reach its normal operating temperature. Next, drive in city conditions for about 10 minutes. Include plenty of stops and starts, gentle acceleration, and both left and right turns. Vary your speed rather than driving at one steady pace. After the city driving, find a highway or open road where you can drive at a steady 50 to 60 miles per hour for about 15 minutes. Try to maintain your speed as consistently as possible. Finally, exit the highway and make several complete stops, allowing the car to idle for about 30 seconds at each stop. Then park the car and turn off the engine. This complete process gives the computer the variety of conditions it needs to verify that all systems are working correctly. The most important warning. Here's the truth that every car owner needs to understand. Turning off the check engine light does not fix your car. It only removes the warning. Your goal should never be just to make the light disappear. Your goal should be to understand why it came on and address the actual problem. If you clear the code and the light comes back on, your car is telling you there's a real issue that needs attention. Use the information from these methods, especially the codes from the OBD2 scanner, to research what's actually wrong. Sometimes it's a simple fix like replacing a sensor. Other times, it might indicate a more serious problem that does require professional help. But by trying these methods first, you've accomplished something important. You've saved the diagnostic fee that many shops charge just to plug in their scanner. You've taken control of the situation rather than panicking. And you've gained valuable knowledge about how your car works. If this guide helped you understand your check engine light and saved you time and money, please support this channel by liking this video and subscribing for more simple car repair guides. Knowing how to handle basic car issues is the first step toward becoming a confident car owner. These inexpensive tools can help you handle most common car problems and could save you from being stranded. Thanks for watching, and remember, drive smart and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty.